the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Alright, for a moment, I could be from Nsem-Pii TV. So, Obi, any Dennis Mrakis Aboagye, and I was to do as a much a young como. Nanina Efa a year, mammy, Chief Justice get to Torkonoo, Nsem a committee, na committee nechino, and a year, fellows Ofosu Kwakye so Baba grantee a year, sorry, Wabi who do a press conference. Na Nsem fellows Ofosu Kwakye brosono. Na wabana obi bisa say fellas ensem ya kokan yi no echire no allegations bi den koso na chireyemu fellas say ensem ne ohwe ni tone compo de kasa chire obi na etifo entwa yi na Dennis Mrakis Aboagye so ekan statement bi a Chief Justice get Torkonoo de ba abonten na ensem a ewo no obi ti won company say ono kasa no nkronko adwiri no ewo sa nsema na ewo sa statement no mu momi nkokuti Dennis Mrakis Aboagye oni obi enu twetwe nkomo na obi san frɛ Felix Ofosu Kwakye ewo fam so na omo kasa momi nti mrasizie
no they won't cover because I think the explanation was based on two issues. One the attempt to say the Article 146 process now President shares here no as a watum rebi in the process. Felix attempted to rebut and number two the venue of the hearings sa Christian Boy Castle area no and but
why is he the one explaining that? Why
buying the make it facility now
and a committee no make as a committee can decide to change their venue and make a request for same. So the committee should be the one explaining. Say we don't think there's anything wrong with it based on your mandate. It's really be you. The woman has read specific things about the venue.
Yes,
you are not there. Or fellas or committee and why are you the one speaking to the committee's issues? You are not the own venue hobby. My men no wakasa no waka the entire office venue no in proper. Let the committee come and speak, and that's what I'm saying. Say, be a committee in PR until Felix Kasamba, he doesn't look tidy, like it doesn't look clean. And you look at tidy crowd is beginning to be an embarrassment, and I'm telling you, it will be a big blot on the minds of this government and everybody that is involved in this if this thing continues this way. Come on, stop it already. When you're the NACO committee, or legitimate concerns, let the committee speak. Obi, mami meka na di baby cross say petition no kra mo say atwetia no kra no wa request from committee no kra committee is on fama no.
Yes. Or say president the about president the amano. But occur as part of protocols before such a committee, the committee hearing your case should let you know what they have against you.
Of course.
But committee is
it is possible that they
might be different.
Yes. And when we say by standard procedure, and I say no the amount. But it's possible say they are maybe share mukra me they respond. Maybe a committee no kran me sure say but I see a variance. What I have been served with from the executive seems to be at variance with what you have. Yeah. Shall we
reconcile?
Why are you doing this? And why are you the one speaking for the committee? It's not your business. Unless the suspicion that a lot of people have say more influence committee, it's true. I don't believe it. Because Obi Makase, ye the BBA abedi agro, but not the judiciary. Ye the BBA abedi agro, but because you see, when we mess up with the judiciary, all of us are in trouble. All of us. If we create a monster and a kind of judiciary that we seem to be heading towards now, we are in trouble. The only thing protecting us, the only place we can run to settle it is the judiciary. How can we have a judiciary that none of us trust it? It's a problem. And all of this started from utterances of the president. When he was in opposition, Ukushia lawyers, NDC lawyers, catch them and say, as I say, a fix judiciary, but you to me fix it with the same Chief Justice. That is the number one problem. For me, it was a needless comment. And I'm sure today, if the president has an opportunity, he will never say that again. The second one was when the president on live TV on TV3 told the whole country, speaking to his friend saying, party lawyers, told them, say, the judiciary, no trusted judiciary, because he feels that the judiciary is packed with politically tainted people. And today should be ready. Now, obey your mampenia, obey elevate your munina, obey elevate omo dodwana to the bench to balance the partisanship at the bench. What have you done to us? What have you done, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency? What have you done? Obi, that is why, if within 100 days you go and appoint 7 judges, everybody who have heard this statement and comment will say, are these 7 judges coming to balance the bench? If they are they NDC? These are very venerable judges, people, noble judges, people who have been doing this work for a very long time, for years. But today, based on these comments and utterances, anybody that points fingers at them is justified. Because Umayeti says, "Oh, they are all by appointed judges, and you are going to appoint judges who are politically tainted to balance the bench." That's the point you made. It's on record. I beg you. He's still the president. He would still have he still has an opportunity to fix this. Because if he doesn't, Obi, he has 1,262 days to leave office. If he doesn't, and he allows this to stand, and it continues this way, he's going to be home regretting this particular action. I beg him, Your Excellency the President. We can play and toy with everything, but not the judiciary. Obi, judiciary, no. Obi, the judiciary, no.
Felix, Busa question is rebuttal. Say, Obi enka that singular breach our Nsem-Pii aye in this whole process.
Obi,
so Obi and me anka breach there, then people should allow him.
Obi, nobody is going to pick any beef with the president and Felix and the government on law.
Okay.
We are talking about the intent. Yeni Kruma, I am a lawyer. Don't judges even jail people based on their intention, and free people based on their intention. Obi to me kuobi, you say no, you share the na you say only agree so be kuno. Obi so to be kuobi, cry bu or cry no to say one share that I say no. Nsem-Pii a wokaye, wokoda no ebanese na wokoda odi dade hye wusumi ase. Ebanese na ansa na de besa no yehu se wo se dade na no enti you premeditated
and your circumstantial evidence.
Obi maka cho say law no me ko school ni yo ba minim papa ade ba ko pe na separate me from wo enemy e say minim say ye throw affidavits and minim say dey minim timeline o that technicality na musi law school no ba say yen camera no pa de Obi minim papa so na say me sorry for me this law na we law school professors na Oman Jimintia. It will be,
yes.
In all honesty, and yet the premeditation of the president. You see, if John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, never made that statement, I don't think Sir Mekranka would have an issue with this. But this is a government or more opposition. No? They call the entire superior judges unanimous FC. They had issue with every single ruling that the Supreme Court gave while they were in opposition. They call them names. They call them bias. All of them. From the president himself to the last person in the government when they were in opposition. So when you come, then immediately you come, cement prices are going up, we have energy crisis, you have reduced, your friend is saying, fuel, and yet prices of goods are up, dollar is down, and yet prices of goods are up, you have sacked and terminated 35,000. Just I want to mean but want to mean time. Say I want promote Chief Justice at all costs. Obi, people will have issues with it. But they say, asem ya yeke maamene ka asem bi ewo ne press anim. I want to bring that matter to bear because Obi, we are running a country, and the country that we are running, we are going to face the consequences of our actions and inactions, and at all times we just have to be aware of it. Asem bi adie we he me hu ebe ya Obi was statement no.
Yeah, I have the statement. I mean,
I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, let me say respectfully that the current bizarre proceedings I have brought to your attention presents a twist to our nation's democratic journey that we ignore only at great cost. My humble view is that Ghana has come too far in the 33 years of the Fourth Republic not to be alerted about the unconstitutionalities around these Article 146 proceedings. That seemed designed not to affect just me personally as the Chief Justice, but all judges and public officers subject to Article 146. If it is successfully carried out without being questioned. Behind me is every judge in the country. Behind me is every commissioner or head of an independent constitutional body in the country. If this model of removal can be tried on the Chief Justice, it can be repeated with everyone. I am not countering these processes for myself, but on account of the leadership burden I carry. If the nation is willing to accept these developments, it must be understood that I sounded the warning and the nation took a decision to be passive about it. I cannot share the burden of those involved in designing and implementing this enterprise of pretending to use Article 146 procedures to remove a Chief Justice through unknown and unlawful means by keeping quiet about the violations of law, rules, and due process. Neither can I make their burden lighter by resigning or retiring, instead of proving that not even one of these wild claims in a collection of petitions is even remotely true or meets the standard required for removing any judge. Obi, we free me. I can tell you that the country needs to go back and listen to the woman again. It is time for this country to listen. And Brass will say, "You be tie mamini bium." O the answer ko tie ne kakane hwe de o kana ntoso mu a ye movie on because you see ma mena nsam no, is there a single one ayente wa bonten that? Is there any issue in the petitions?
Petitions in
yes.
The allegations in the petitions.
Yes.
No, I know they say no.
Is there any issue around the removal of the Chief Justice we don't know?
Your name.
Enti o say masam no maka wa bonten that. De am making na maka that. Enti me mesremo. Esa na se maka bibia wa bonten that. Need petitions equal court presidency leaking identity. Mr. Momayen telecast me here in over TV so no be anhwe bi. Se me di far so be ahwe. Se me di bi ma obi ahwe. I don't know mo person beti ase.
The Supreme Court has decided.
And no, why did they even go to the Supreme Court?
It had to
the
be
committee, the committee. So
it's being held in camera. No,
Obi has Matthias here, but I'm saying that I am saying that the Supreme Court, no.
Yes.
Monso maame na ka asem ya mo akasa mote court ye mate nsem ni nyina awie ene maame ni pie na obekasa okọ no kwan side committee ni so pie na obekasa ono so ebia na say Felix e kasa ma committee obi e ka ne de mo magana fo nyina hwe yanka we nyina mba. What are they hiding? What are they afraid of? Yes, there's a constitutional provision, but that is why the Supreme Court was called on. What are they afraid of? What are they hiding? What is their concern about the fact that me na menya asem, me na ya tro asem afa me ho, me na ya ka me nsem, me se me mfere ho, ye ma obi anhwe me, na obi antie ne ye bekoso, se me ni gu ase obi anim. Why are they worried?
Yeah, but say when him go ase, it is about the office and not about
office. Now when him say about the office na petition ba mo amuliki no. Obi, what are you talking about? The government has already run the office down. It is not she who is running the office down. It is the government who has already thrown the office into gutters. Not she. She is a victim. Why are we making her the person who should? She is a victim right now. What to office not to abontin that. Mona mo di office na go gotem. Mona mo tieti office no so that. Maka me ho asem. Me say masem na maka no egu manim ase. And so still me pese obi a hebi. No be ehu me. Why is it so difficult? And then mami isi oba committee no so a omo mo de competition ne bae no. Omo mbra na me toto oma no. Na me miso omo nsem ebe boa na mo tumi hu se de omo kana no kra mo se de bi ye mo mba.
Na omo witnesses ne beba.
Omo witnesses ne beba. Ye mo de omo mba kra. Osi okay, petition no kra mo de bae no kra na e wo mo ho na anu nti ye te ha no. Mo ma me copy. Na mo form evidence ne de omo de kan hu nyina. Mo se ye mfa ma wo. So what are we doing? What are we doing, Obi? What are we doing? Why? What's going on? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Obi, into Yemun Shisho. Yemun Shisho say if a Chief Justice can be treated this way, then none of us are safe in this country. Are you not worried? Are you not afraid? Now, are you not scared? Are you not scared that 1,262 days from now, you are no longer going to be sitting here in a capacity as a member of a government, and that it can be anybody at all? Forget about MPP. Obi, forget about MPP. It could be CPP, it could be PNC, it could be Cheddar. Are you not worried that you are setting a precedent that is weaponizing a law that is not intended to be weaponized? Hey, it's you never chance to say, are we going to pretend as if everything is okay?
Okay.
Are we pretending? Are we just going to block our ears to the cries of the woman? The woman has been crying. She's been calling on everybody in this country. Nobody's listening to her.
Lawyer,
and then the government comes and is gaslighting us.
Lawyer and Sansari say utie me in the interview no. Or say the woman ni any moment or the reduce confidence in the judiciary because we chief justice na say wako committee nanim na nneoma mpo nko ya on function no on go through process no anyway in the interest of the judiciary.
Obi so nim say me uncle.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
No, he's one person that has always been even asking me to go study law. Or how main person be change it.
Okay.
But we training me so say bibiche madri and I say me person me come as a man can on the training me. He actually taught me to be assertive. Obi, respectfully, as a lawyer and Sasari Ekan, or no I aware say or no in that situation and Kobeya West. That's a say or court case be a war a friend say Kofudia High Court. Or buy our grant interview, or buy our grant interview. On your few court one grant interview. On your few court one grant interview. They be a me oh somebody custom. On your but you see in this case, don't see the woman as you see her as a victim.
Yeah.
Lawyers are sorry. On your few court or buy our yeah. And I have actually only been following the court cases and understand the issues based on the briefing in our media. Mameno, wako Supreme Court, wako letters, wako petitions, why do beke bia, nobody's listening to her. Rather no, ye or no notify, and a government, friend say functionaries no, eba media no mahorono. Was here on the money on function no. What is a very important question? Be said on function no one Nsem-Pii no. Ne piano kwa ne remedies ya ade na appeal woman committee na juma na appeal woman. Inter edition no. Sa appeal woman na nka betumi akasa wo de be hye wo ho. Na wo wie na se wo fi say omo mba into the conclusion awo pa. Na why identify say issues no. Now they akwa appeal. But the appeal ni ho. O se on function no ho. Wo fansa sa renim say oyawe minimum no pa. Oyawe say ono na yedi
I'm told say the honorable minister in charge of government communications or a quick input or person making
material
honorable fellows Kwakye Ofosu honorable Akwabe ko si saying so ni
me da si obi
na apomu te saying
oh nyame adom ho ye
okay the presser and we here in response to Chief Justice no did you seek to speak on behalf of the committee me pacho
Obi, you see, it is an unfortunate question, and I will be sabeno.
No, because an allegation like that has been made here.
But Obi, you see, you don't just take an allegation when you know the fact. Me bar press and I say you. I don't know whether you watched it live.
We picked it live here.
Where did you hear me say something on behalf of the committee?
I corrected that, but because you're now, I want you to state.
So if you corrected it, you don't even need to ask me, because I said, I'm not going to comment on the substance of the petition. But the only reason why I'm commenting is that two things have been said. One, the whole process now is a political agenda to oust the Chief Justice. And two, the venue, which is a state facility, now has been chosen so that memories of the killings of the judges will be used to intimidate the Chief Justice. Because a state facility, you are bind there. And so if an unfair, unfortunate accusation is made that I must correct it. I stated clearly, said there's no political agenda anywhere. The people making the allegation have not brought any proof. Number two, make I say, till now, Obiam pointing to any constitutional breach on the part of the president, including the Chief Justice himself. And number three, Edu Lodge, a secret facility, a state facility. A bank castle will sue. But in that vicinity, there are private residences. So it is not a vicinity any accessible. In fact, Castle Nankasano, it is still a government officer. There are public officials who work there on a daily basis. The committee said they needed a placer. A secure, they can keep out unauthorized persons. And I say we have this facility. Edu lodge na ye bia sometimes you nya impenifo efiama no ne ebesra Ghana ye bi omkoko. Enye baby a ye titi nipa eye nipa bone wo ho. If there are security arrangements, it is only so that unauthorized persons will be only tefa e wa somewhere koso a any say obahu bi no on to member. Because I say even if it was being held in court to the extent say it should be held in camera no. So they will put security arrangements in place to enable the basis for any intimidation. And then finally, if you link this venue to the killing of the judges, you are not being fair, disingenuous commentary. Because so it is only those things that I have corrected. Like I said, the specific claims are all here about what she perceives to be violations by the committee. And I'm not going to comment. A committee, and we are sure say if she goes there to raise the issue, they may respond to it. And then she's even going to court on some of the issues at court. So, I have not spoken on behalf of government. Presidency. Like I said, president, I follow due process. Now, if as indeed has been upheld by the Supreme Court itself. And then one I'm committee. Now, I'm not the spokesperson to the committee. I'm a spokesperson to the president, who has had a role to play in the process. It is that process, so will be baby, it is my duty to correct it, which I have done.
Very well. There are those